Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This segment, let's talk about Dana White's sport that he's pushing, power slap. I'm going to say, quote, sport. As usual, honest thoughts. Let's get into this. All right, so I've had a couple of online interactions and debates on power slap. I know that this, quote, sport is popular in Europe. It's been around for a bit. There is a following. Otherwise, Dana wouldn't be pushing it or backing it. Let's get to the main points and questions. Is power slap a sport? At first, when I thought about it, I said to myself, well, these guys train for it. It's a competition with a certain set of parameters and rules. There's a winner and a loser. Technically, I guess you can call it a sport. But when I really thought about it, even though technically you can call it a sport, it still just doesn't sit right with me. I basically consider power slap and these events CTE factories. I am not a squeamish person, guys, on any level, but I have to admit, sometimes it's hard to see these guys get knocked senseless because the term slap is kind of misleading. It should be called power palm because these guys are getting knocked senseless, getting their brains scrambled with the palms of lunchbox hands. You might as well get punched in the face, punched upside the head. There's a hard bone in your palm that's part of your hand that's actually used in martial arts. You can do palm strikes, knock people out, break noses, cut people's faces. It's no joke, man. You can do a lot of damage. And even though it's not the same as tilting your wrist back and delivering a javelin straight strike to somebody's head or face with your palm, they're still making contact with that part of the palm, just coming at a side angle. And you can see these guys, they are getting absolutely rattled, knocked into the shadow realm. You have to think that their brain is just bouncing off of their skull. I think in the coming years, we're going to realize just how dangerous this sport is. I think the main gripe with a lot of people is that pretty much the first guy to deliver the first slap has a massive advantage. Now, admittedly, I don't know all the rules. I don't know if they flip a coin for this, but from the outside looking in, it definitely looks like the guy who goes first is going to win and has a massive advantage. So in normal striking competitions and affairs, you have the ability to defend yourself in real time, to counter, to dodge, to weave, to have some kind of defense. And I know that's not the nature of this sport. Those are not the rules. You have to sit there and get the soul smacked out of you. These are grown men. They know what they're signing up for. So there's that. I don't think the pay structure is very lucrative. So it's is it worth it? Is it worth it getting possible brain damage, CTE, for a few $1,000s? I don't know, man. Should we protect these guys from themselves that want to sign up for this? Or let grown men and adults do what they want? It's tough to say, man. It's tough to say. It's people could skydive. People could ride motorcycles going 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour on the highway. You can snowboard. You can ride bulls. But you can't compete in a slapping competition. When you think about it like that, it sounds kind of funny to ban it and try to stop people from doing it. But I have to say, it's hard to watch. I do believe these guys are going to get permanent, lasting brain damage. I'm not going to tune in. I really have no interest in watching this thing. And how our opinions change. Because when I was younger, when I would see these silly competitions, let's say on a radio show, I would laugh. It would be a lot of ha-has. But watching jacked, strong dudes with lunch boxes for hands smack the brain cells out of each other, it's uncomfortable. It really is to watch. Anyway, you guys let me know in the comment section, what do you think about power slap? What do you think about these competitions? Do you consider it a sport? Do you think it should continue? What do you think about the dangers as far as brain damage and CTE? I think there's a real danger there. Thanks for watching this segment, guys. Appreciate it. Want to read your thoughts. And until the next segment, everyone take care.